guys, Foxitor here. Today I'm going to talk about the patch note that came out recently, and they have been out for a while, and I played with the buffed and nerfed weapons and stuff, so I'm going to give you my opinion about them. So first, for the perks, they buffed the Andy Up perk, so you now get 150 points instead of 100 points when starting a new life. And I don't know if this is that useful. I mean, Andy Up was a perk that was never used that much. It's not like Hardline or something. And I don't know if this is really useful. But let's move on to the specialist. They reduced the specialist earn rate in the hardpoint game type. Apparently this was something that was a little bit overpowered, but that's now nerfed. For the Reaper, they reduced the accuracy when firing unzoomed with the scythe, and they reduced the ammo count from 120 to 100. And the Reaper, I mean the scythe is a very good specialist weapon, but they keep nerfing its ammo count, and it's now that you can get 3 kills with the scythe, and then you will have to wait half a game to get the scythe again. And I don't know if the scythe is that useful anymore. And they reduced the accuracy when firing unzoomed, so this is not that bad. I mean, first the accuracy when unzoomed was better, but now it's a little worse, but it's not that big of a deal. For the Outrider specialist, they increased the first race speed of the Sparrow bow, they increased the ADS speed, they increased the sprint recovery speed, and they increased the ammo count from 8 to 10. So the Sparrow is not it's a specialist weapon that is not used that much because it's not that good, and they try to make it a little more agile here, so it's a little quicker in handling. But I don't know if this is what the Sparrow needs. I think the Sparrow needs a faster draw time. I mean, to draw the arrow in the bow, because now it's a little slow. But let's move on to Spektrem. They reduced the leftover power when Spektrem is killed while the Ripper was active. This was a little bit crazy because when you died while your Ripper was active, you would still have a lot of Ripper juice left in your meter, and you only needed to make a few kills and then you had the Ripper again. So they nerfed this. For the Rune, they increased the Overdrive earn rate. I mean, Overdrive isn't a bad specialist ability, but it isn't one that gives as much advantages as other specialist abilities, so they increased the earn rate. For the Nomad, they increased the reject earn rate, and I don't think that is what the reject needs. I don't think if the reject even needs to be in the game, because it's a really bad specialist ability, because it gives all the green smoke and stuff, so they know you're gonna use reject and then they're just gonna knife you back again. And I don't know if the reject is that good of a specialist ability. But for the Reaper, they increased the Psychosis earn rate. I mean, that's okay. For the Firebreak, they reduced the Heatwave earn rate, because the Heatwave is just simply annoying. Because you can't do anything when you're Heatwave. You're just stunned, and the enemy can take his time and kill you. So I think this is a very good nerf. And for the Battery, they reduced the Kinetic Armor earn rate, because it's just really annoying when someone has more health and you have to put so much more bullets in them, and I think this is a very good nerf for that. So let's move on to the weapons. For the submachine gun, they nerfed the Kuda. They reduced its one-hit kill range in hardcore mode. The laser sight bonus is now more aligned with bonus received on other SMGs, and they reduced the ADS movement speed, but no longer lose speed while firing. So the Kuda is not that good in hardcore anymore. I don't play that much hardcore, so I don't know if the Kuda was that good in hardcore. The laser sight, I think, didn't work properly. I don't know if it was too tight or not tight enough, but they fixed that. And they reduced the ADS movement, but no longer lose speed while firing. So what they mean now, as you would ADS, your strafe speed would slow down, and when firing it would slow down even more. I think that the firing strafe speed and the ADS strafe speed is now aligned with each other, but I don't think this is enough the Kuda needs. The Kuda is still a little bit overpowered in my opinion, and they really need to come up with something else, I think. So for the VMP they did the same. They reduced the ADS movement speed but no longer lose speed while firing, And the Kuda and the VMP are both the most used SMGs, I think. And this, I don't think the VMP is as overpowered as the Kuda is. So I think this is a decent nerf. So they really buffed the Weevil. They removed the speed reduction while firing, they increased the ADS speed, they increased the sprint recovery speed, and they increased the 5-hit kill range. I didn't think the Weevil needed a buff. I thought it was good as it was, but they increased the 5-hit kill range, so it's a little bit more lethal at range. And they increased the sprint recovery speed and ADS speed, so it's a little bit more agile now. And they removed the speed reduction while firing, so that's very good. The Vesper they buffed because the Vesper was nerfed really hard, it got a lot of recoil, so they removed the speed reduction while firing, they increased the ADS speed, they increased the sprint recovery speed, and they increased the ability to control recoil. So first they nerfed its recoil, so it got more recoil, and now it got less recoil, and the recoil is where it needs to be right now. I played with the Vesper and I think the recoil is not that bad, but it's not that good either, and I think this was a very good thing to do. So for the Pharaoh they removed the speed reduction while firing and they increased the ADS speed, and I already thought the Pharaoh was good, but now it's even more agile, and I think the Pharaoh is a very good weapon now. I highly recommend you use it. So for the Razorback they removed the speed reduction while firing, they increased the 4-hit kill range, they reduced the 1-hit kill range in hardcore mode. So in hardcore the Razorback was a little bit crazy because it has a decent fire rate and it had a very long 1-shot kill range. So they nerfed that, but they increased the 4-hit kill range, and I think that's very good. Because personally I thought the Razorback was just a Kuda but a little bit worse, and now they really make the Razorback the long range SMG and they keep giving it more 4-hit kill range. So I think that's very good. And for the HG40 they increased the 3-hit kill damage range, and I don't have the HG40 so I'm not gonna say a thing about this. So for the HVK30 they increased the sprint recovery speed and they increased the aim stability. So for the HVK30 they increased the sprint recovery speed, they increased the aim stability, and they increased the recoil stability. And I think if they keep buffing the HVK30 like this, the weapon is gonna get overpowered because it already doesn't have that much recoil, and they keep buffing it, and I think it's gonna get overpowered if they keep doing this. For the ICR1 they increased the recoil stability, and I don't even know what to say anymore. The weapon already has no recoil and they keep buffing it, so I don't know. For the Shiva they increased the ADS speed, they increased the flinch stability, and rapid fire now functions properly, and this is very dangerous. With rapid fire the Shiva is a beast, it kills so damn quick it isn't even funny anymore. So I don't know, I think they have to tone rapid fire a bit back, but that's just my opinion. For the MX Garand they increased the fire rate, which is not a good thing I think, and it now performs better with rapid fire. And the MX Garand is a spider weapon, I think you all know that, and it is the Shiva with less ammo but with a higher fire rate, and I think the MX Garand is a little bit overpowered. I mean, the fire rate is so much higher than the Shiva. I think the MX Garand is a little bit overpowered, but that's just my opinion. For the shotguns, they increased the 1-hit kill range potential for the KRM 262, and I didn't notice it. I played with the KRM and it's still garbage, in my opinion. For the Haymaker 12, they increased the 3-hit kill range, and I did notice this one, and I think it was a very good thing to do. The Haymaker was a very good weapon, and now it's even better, so I think that was a very good thing to do. For the Augers, they increased the 1-hit kill range potential when hip firing, and I don't think they should have done that. I mean, the Augers is a very lethal weapon, but I think the Augers has its niche in that it has to be ADS, and now they make it like it's not even necessary to ADS anymore. You can just hip fire, and I don't think that's a good thing. So finishing off with the light machine guns, for the BRM they increased the ADS outspeed and they increased the recoil stability. so that's very good. The BRM was already very good, and now it's even better. For the Dingo, they increased the tightness of the bullet spread while ADS, and they increased the hipfire accuracy. The Dingo would have that even when ADS, the bullets would not always land where you aimed, and they tightened that a little bit, and they increased the fire accuracy, so that's very good. For the Gorgon, they increased the ADS outspeed, they increased the recoil stability, and they increased the damage through light cover. So the Gorgon already had a high wall penetration factor, but it is now even higher, so that's very good. And for the 48 Dredge, they increased the fire rate and they increased the ADS outspeed. And I don't know if the fire rate increase was a very good thing, because the thing melts. It melted already, but now it melts even more. So watch out for the 48 Dredge. A few more things I want to say about the score streak is they buffed the Rolling Thunder, so really try out the Rolling Thunder. For the Raps deploy ship, they increased the drone count per drop, which was not necessary, I think, and they increased the movement speed of the drones, so it won't be a painful slowly death anymore. It will be a little bit quicker, so watch out for the Rolling Thunder and for the Raps. So those were the patch notes and my opinions about them. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something of it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.